God bless you. Thank you so much for joining us here and online. There is so much to be thankful for. So much that we can build on from our experience in the last 3 or 4 months. What really matters? What is our divine purpose? The intensity that we are all feeling to connect to Source. There is a revival like the days of old, when the angels walked and talked among us. Of course, some are going to react, the younger souls, to this pulse of God light, streaming from the great central sun to earth in this awakening process, well-meaning yet misdirected. We have to demonstrate peace. We have to demonstrate mastership. We are the ones that they will look to as examples, as initiates of God's sacred fire, of God's love embodied, God's wisdom, and God's power. So this is a world peace meditation. Thank you, Uri Ma, for suggesting this and bringing it into the physical through your great causal body of light. And all of us here and on the broadcast will be demonstrating divine peace to the world. We will be demonstrating mastership, control of our emotions and our minds and our bodies. For examples that these young ones can learn. And we will be pulsing out peace. Divine wisdom. Compassion and heart wisdom in the highest conceivable emanations from the Godhead as it streams from the source through us into time and space in this point of time, so that the earth will bear witness. The Divine Mother will bear witness of how it should be done, how to bring in divine change. As living Buddhas, as living Krishnas, as living Christs walking the earth, in 2020. Let us take up our cross tonight and step and walk the walk of Christ, of Buddha, and of Krishna. We will start our meditation now. I'm going to make an invocation. Please rise with me. Let us come into this circle here. Lord God Almighty, we light the flame of the Christ within. We light the illuminating fire from the great central sun. And as we feel Mother Earth beneath our feet, Father Sky, with all the wisdom of heaven, we invoke the angels and the masters, the saints robed in white, all the perfected souls of heaven in every dimension and every universe, every Buddha, to come to attention to this time, to this moment, right now, and stream divine peace to the world. Stream divine healing to all. Stream the love, fire of the Divine Mother to all her children. Let this holy fire purify and glorify all creation. So we'll start this short meditation. And in your inner communication, allow the Spirit to show you where the corrections need to be made and make it so, where the pain is on earth, and let the healing balm of your cosmic causal body of love light heal the wound. And stream out divine peace. Together, we are one. Together, we will win. Gently coming back. As you find yourself back in time and space, stay tethered to the light of your own God source, your primordial essence of pure, crystal, clear God, light, substance. Beyond your name, beyond this body, you are this. Beyond words. And as we tap into this source energy of our eternal beginnings, in the clarity of that birth, as we stepped into existence, every light power was and is available to us. As co-creators of universes. And drink in now this reality. For the cosmic change that is about to manifest through you. And as you choose to access and to tap into this God source, allow this higher mind, this Buddhic mind, the mind of the Creator herself, and you see all solutions, you see all answers. You understand completely with a absolute knowingness. And now we tap the earth with our physical foot. And we pulse through the earth to every living being on this planet. These answers, these solutions, these cures, these understandings directly to all. As that infinite light pours through us, as that infinite power charges the earth, everything that walks the earth, that swims and flies in every dimension, is now recalibrated, repolarized, retuned to a higher vibration that comes beyond time and space through you. for the correction is needed. The truth has to be known. The answer is you. And now pulse out through your feet into the earth. What is needed? What is flowing through you? What is your part of the solution? And breathe out into the air the sterilizing agent for all impurities, for all misspoken words, for all things said in anger, all the poisons that were released, we counteract with the breath of our God realization, of our harmonizing God flame from within. And we breathe to the nature spirits, to the elemental beings, a new breath, a peace, of calm, of light-heartedness and joy. And we breathe to all humanity, brotherhood and sisterhood. One life, one light, one source, one reality. And the angels come and they take what we have given and they expand it and create it. Divine structures, divine temples, divine vehicles of light that will rotate around the earth in a cosmic dispensation a cosmic high-tech solution of the answers, of the antidotes, of everything that we are releasing through our meditation tonight. Let it go forth and take on a new life to the glory of God for the healing and the blessing of all in God. In God's glory. Let us keep this prayer going continually until we achieve this golden crystal age of Aquarius. And when you're ready, open your eyes see the new day. You help co-create this evening. While we're coming back, I'd like to read something that I got from Ava maybe 4 or 5 years ago in an email. And I thought it was perfect for tonight. And I think you'll like it too. It's called The Mirror of Gandhi. One day, Mahatma Gandhi was asked, what were the factors that destroy the human being? And he answered thus: politics without principles, pleasure without commitment, wealth without work, wisdom without character, business without morals, prayer without clarity. People are kind if I am kind. People are sad if I am sad. Everyone loves me if I love them. They are bad if I hate them. That there are smiling faces if I smile at them. There are bitter faces if I am bitter. The world is happy if I am happy. People are angry if I am angry. People are grateful if I am grateful. Life is like a mirror. If I smile, the mirror returns my smile. The attitude that I take towards life is the same that life takes towards me. Whoever wants to be loved, let them love. Don't complicate things. It's that simple.
What was that last sentence again?
The last sentence was, don't complicate things. It is that simple. Life is like a mirror. So there's a lot of truth to that, and we can see that so clearly. Yet, without our example, the younger ones can misstep, be pulled into the lie of Maya. So it is up to us, the light workers, the light sharers, the light emanators, to walk the walk that we talk. And we will see the changes we desire to see. So thank you, Mahatma Gandhi. Thank you for your Buddhahood in this beautiful understanding. I printed it out last night. Very cool. Life is like a mirror. And when we see something we don't like, the solution is to remove it from within us. And that is the beginning. To find maybe a particle of anger and dissolve it if we see it in our reality. Because reality, too, is a mirror. Everything that is shown to us is a reason for, a purpose behind it. So when we see angry people, when we see injustice, take a moment and just cosmically remove it from yourself. Heal it within yourself. You will know when it's dissolved. You will feel a spark of joy. And you have conquered that particle, repolarized it, removed the subtle energy on it. And then we know the antidote. Through prayer and through affirmation, through joy. When you see anger, emanate peace. When you see hatred, emanate love. When you see sadness, emanate joy. No matter what is thrown at you, you know the divine reality. And the change will occur. You have set into motion the mechanics of divine alchemy that is unstoppable, that will bring correction and adjustment and harmonizing into time and space. The game is to catch it when it happens, to affirm the positive, see behind the mask of Maya. And one of the tricks I've learned is to hold on to the apron of the Divine Mother and allow her to whisper into your ear, part the veil of Maya for you. So, that is my sharing tonight. If Glenn, you have anything you'd like to share with our friends, let me set up the mic for you. Just give me one moment while I connect the wireless. Go ahead.
So, as creator gods that we all are, as universes within ourselves, the importance of self-mastery gives us the awareness of our potential. And as stewards of our inner space, we can create the harmony inside that allows for anything that might be disharmonious to be dissolved more efficiently. So that's how someone in a state of real inner balance can walk into an environment that's where there's dis-ease and create harmony. And that's how Jesus was able to perform miracles, by the rate of his frequency. So as it relates to our alchemical awareness and that level of self-mastery, one thing I think it's really to understand is our spiritual body and our spiritual physical experience, the relationship of the physical to the spiritual. So within the spiritual, there's the tube of light, and the tube of light runs right up the center of the body. And it's really, really very beneficial to start to understand how we can raise the energy up from our root up to our pineal, and we can start to really develop our biophysiological state to where we start to hold more light. And as we do that consciously, we're able to raise our frequency and experience more interconnectedness with our soul. And as that relationship continues to grow, we experience more insights and more inner guidance, and naturally more synergy and more joy and just more abundance. So we were gifted an idea called Always Breathe Coherently. That was back in 2009. I got that from the higher realms. And it's a global campaign. We're sharing, and essentially the breath is, we derive about 80% of our energy from that. And so right now in the U.S., about 10 to 20 breaths per minute is the average. So just within yourself, just remember the benefit to meditate like we did tonight and get into that practice, because it helps to relax the body. And then to be aware of slow, deep, full body rhythmic breathing.
Can you guide us in some of the breathing techniques that you use?
Yeah, so on one level, okay, a coherent breath is where we're breathing actually at 5 breaths per minute. So that is essentially where we're breathing very rhythmically, very relaxed, very full body, and the diaphragm is actually moving in a very relaxed, rhythmic, dynamic way. I mean, literally. So the one thing that's probably most important is just to set the intention that you're going to, in each breath, be in a relaxed state, and that you're going to slow your breathing down so that you start to breathe coherently, which is instead of maybe 8 or 9 or 10 or 11 or 15 or 20 breaths per minute, you start to set the intention. You actually use an affirmation, say, I am grateful for breathing coherently. And you are starting to communicate that to your subconscious. So you start to tell your body, okay, so that is relaxed, full, release, very slow, deep breathing. So that's probably the most important. There's a plethora of exercises. There's timings, but first and foremost, just to say that, declare that. I have a company called Avatar Awareness, so it's where divine breather. You can say I'm a divine breather, and as that, one thing that is good practice to do is to take in a slow. We can do this right now. Is just to take a slow, deep breath in, just like take breath in, and just hold that, breath, and just get into the practice of starting to take breaths in and just hold it. And then hold it till you feel that it doesn't feel comfortable anymore, and then release it. And that starts to build your body's capacity. I absolutely love the fire breath. The fire breath is where you just go. So I'm a big advocate of the fire breath. There's the 4-8 breath, where you might take a breath in of 4, hold for 8, and then there's lots of different ones. I think the intention, because really what it's about is where, and then I think the fire breath is a great practice. Pranayama. There's different pranayams, and just to declare. One thing is, before that is to really acknowledge and remember and accept that you are a sacred divine being, that you come from the spirit realm, that really take ownership and responsibility about how the body works. Our bodies are designed to live 700 to 900 years. So that's a reality. That's what's true. It's possible for us to really rethink how we operate and how we live. And then you can start experience synergies where, oh wow, you learn something new about how the body works, man. Before you know it, you start feeling younger, you start looking younger, and that's a reality that's available to us. And the one thing, though, as a precept to that, is to know that we're creators of our reality, that we're sacred divine beings, and that the more that we elevate our frequency and our quality of life, that sets an example for the collective. And so I want to thank you for giving me this opportunity to share. I'm really just honored to be here.
Thank you, Glenn. Carlos, do you want to share anything?
Everything is said. Your name is? Arturo. You brought it very clear, the dynamics which are actually inherent in our systems. It's very beautiful, that guidance. But one of the things I want to add to it, which is what Gandhi says, don't make things complicated, right? Which I noticed in my own journey that when my brain possessed me, I was very rational, not allowing the divine guidance by implementing harmony in myself, by criticizing so much. And when I became conscious, or I became aware of that, I was in the way of my own well-being, of my own beingness, I would say, which is actually I was using my breath in a very, very different way, which was creating states of beingness which I wasn't prepared to be there. I actually didn't want them. And what you mentioned about, what I heard, slowing your breath, coming into terms of who you are at that moment, that shifted my awareness into opening, into allowing. That is the beingness in us already. We are the beings, divine beings already. and we are multidimensionally interacting in every occasion. So the practice increases for me in bringing awareness of what I was processing, what I was projecting, what I was receiving. And that gave me the opportunity to access my reality in completely different way. Completely different way, that at the same time I was rising, just by doing that, raising my vibration, my resonance. Coming back to what happened tonight, I feel so simple-minded in the sense of being with you in a different tonality, in a different frequency, in a different reality of co-creating together. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't need anything to add to what you say because it is all done, it's said. But I just can express what is my experience with it. From the past into now, as far as I'm aware. And thank you so much for what you brought forward. This is so important. Breathing is so important. It's the core. It's the core. I mean, and thank you again. Brother Dennis, here you have a back.
Yes, let's breathe consciously every day. It is the key to controlling the mind, energizing the body, and bringing spirit into time and space. So, through our breath, which is the Holy Spirit, is the giver of our first breath and the taker of our last. We are breathing in divine essences and frequencies and many beautiful things from the universe with every breath, which is sacred. Thank you, Glenn. We'll have to get you to come and do a breath workshop here when you're available. Of course, I know you're busy. Now that I am open and that we'll have back to our normal schedule, I think next week, more or less, I'll let everybody know on Meetup and in our newsletter that come on over. We have nothing to fear. Let's just move forward and together, you know, we do powerful things when we're together. It is, you know, the vibration just goes way up. And not to come together and not to share together is not how the Creator had it planned.
Maybe I could add something else about COVID.
Yeah, let me give you Glenn's going to share something with COVID. Let me turn it back on. Yeah, there's a lot of misinformation about COVID, right?
Yeah, you know, and I think it goes back in time and understanding the nature of how we function And you go back to the 1800s and the germ theory of disease. So understanding what causes us to really get sick, and really when the body is healthy, then because there's lots of viruses. COVID's been around for years, and there's going to be new viruses and bacteria, and those are going to continue, and people die every day. And if you look at the statistics, there's debate about how valid some of the numbers are. And so I personally never had any concern or fear about it, just because I understand enough about my own immunity, and I've been in lots of environments that were lots of people got sick, and I never got sick because I understand how to take care of myself. And that's part of, as an instrument of the divine, it's our responsibility to understand how the body works. And one of the things within the body is understanding circulation, and that's why breath is important. We get a lot of energy from the breath. So if you start to learn to breathe and then to be relaxed, that's very helpful. Because, there's what's called cortisol, and cortisol, if you're under stress and you have negative images in your mind, that is unhealthy for your hormonal system, your immune system, so you start being compromised. So people that are watching negative news that are being whether in any form, like with what's recently happened with this gentleman that was murdered, any type of negative activity in the image, in thought, in form, has an influence on our biofield. So
in a way, we're being infected by the news, by these images and forms that they're infecting into our awareness, right?
Well, not necessarily, only if you allow it to. So when you watch something, let's say on the TV, if you have a conscious awareness, then you can be the antidote to that. So what is important is first not to introduce yourself into those environments where you're having to defend yourself. So it's good to be wise of where you're putting your energy. So I definitely don't advocate watching negative news or negative movies or hanging out with toxic people. Anything that's going to be lowering your vibration is not really healthy. If you're able to be in nature and you're able to generate joy and do those things that make you happy, make sure you're getting rest, hydration, nutrition, singing, dancing, all those qualities that are going to boost your vibe, that's what you want to do. There are forces at play that have certain agendas, and whether you can look at the fluoride in the water, the chemtrails in the sky, there's lots of medications that are being prescribed all over that have detrimental effects. Those things are unhealthy biologically. So it's our responsibility to take ownership of our body and know what was healthy for it. So that's why I totally think it's important to eat organic food. The other thing is not getting bamboozled or not giving your rights away. So our country was founded upon some core principles, and our rights and our freedoms are very sacred. And our founding fathers, all the people that signed the Declaration of Independence were murdered within their lifetime. So they took a stand for freedom. They risked their lives for freedom. It's a sad case of affairs when people, in my opinion, are being bamboozled to wear these face masks when the oxygen is our primary source of energy. And when you wear those face masks, you're actually getting less of it. It's unhealthy. It's a mask, so it doesn't look good. So I advocate, if you feel safe, then just be free and express yourself. Open your heart. I have the rainbow heart hug, So and that's a whole other, just learning how to love yourself is the first most important thing to do. And the more you love yourself, the more you're going to realize how important it is to express your rights, express your freedoms, live in joy, because that's what life is about. Life is about to celebrate. You can't celebrate if you're afraid or if you're toxic. So, it's a time to take ownership of your body temple, detoxify, cleanse, and purify, so you can have a higher frequency, you can be healthier, and the healthier you are, the happier you are. So, if you want to learn, there's a guy, a friend, well, not really a friend, but someone I know, he's got a movie called The Plandemic, and there's an extraordinary microbiologist who's on there. There's a lot of people. There's lots of extraordinary information where you can learn. You're not going to find it in the mainstream media per se, but there's a lot of really educated virologists, medical doctors, people that are very familiar with biology and how we function. And I think that if you do some of your own self-discovery, you'll find that there's a lot of misinformation in this space. So what I'm an advocate for, though, are the principles of freedom and protecting our rights. And the Bill of Rights did a great job. And we're in a time right now where our president needs our prayers. He's, I feel, doing his best to make our country strong. But before you can send love to him, make sure that you first and foremost send love to yourself and learn how important you are as a being and start to love yourself. And the more you love yourself, then you'll have more tolerance, because God knows he needs help. God knows he makes mistakes. God knows he's got his problems like we all do. But until we love ourselves, can we have compassion and empathy for others? And from there, we can have an open heart, and we can have, dialogue that's constructive and beneficial. So let's, within our own families, let's declare to reconnect with our beloved families, our cousins, our relatives, and have compassion and forgiveness and understanding, because everybody is connected, and with the more that we connect to each other with an open, generous heart, then things are going to get better, faster, and we're committed. And the objective that I'm really aligned with right now is a paradise timeline, which is where we create paradise on our planet by 2027. And there's a lot to have that happen, but you, my friend, can make a difference. So that's my message with the COVID.
That's all that. So you have a website also too, Glenn?
I just ended my website, Discover Divinity. I have a new one called Avatar Awareness, which is I'm constructing right now. So
it's not up. So if anybody online wants to get a hold of you and your projects.
I'm reachable via my, I think, you can find my contact online. I've got my cell and so forth.
And Facebook also.
I currently haven't been involved with Facebook. I'm more working on the inner planes, but I'm very reachable and very committed to collaborating with global leaders to bring forth, accelerate the golden age. There's a lot of people that are time travelers. There's a lot of people, we have extraordinary support from our space brothers and sisters, from Arcturian, Syrian. I mean, it's just amazing the amount of love and support that the other beings are here. And the angelic realm, oh my God. Everybody, if you don't have a relationship with the angelic realm, it's waiting for your call. And it's as simple as asking. Asking, you shall receive. Like our brother Jesus said, that is a powerful practice in life, and just be open to receive. But really take ownership of your thoughts. Choose to think what you desire. Choose to only think about what you're desiring to experience, and then declare what excites you, what you are really yearning for. Be in gratitude for it, and know that it's coming, and then declare it and know that and so it is. Everything is always simultaneously happening in the now. So the past and the present simultaneously occurs. It's always we ever have is our now moment. So in that now moment, allow the Holy Spirit to descend upon your body, receive the grace of God, and then know in that moment, as you're asking, it is happening, and know that it is in that seed is being birthed, and it's coming forth, and in the grace, it happens very orgasmically. It's really when you are able to experience that level of union with all that is. It's a beautiful journey, life.
Well said, my friend. Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you, everyone on the broadcast. We are going to, Glenn, do you mind doing the closing prayer? And we'll just, we're going to stand with you, and the candle is there for you to send back to the great central sun with our prayers and our best.
Well, I want to acknowledge the presence of all the angels and the archangels and all those helpers that are here that's supporting us, our multi-dimensional journey here in this time and space. And I just ask that we develop the consistency to nurture that relationship with our personal angels, and then on angels in all realms, and start to really use that power to create a reality within our own lives that is beautiful, that's fulfilling, that's exciting to be a part of, and to be in service to help those that might be of assistance in any capacity, wherever you're guided to go. Then I also really want to acknowledge our ascended masters, Ascended Master, beloved Jesus, and Saint Germain, and Mother Mary, and Mary Magdalene, Green Tara, Kuan Yin. All these, there's so many ascended masters that are here with us, that are in a vibrational frequency that's available for us to commune to. And as we acknowledge their presence, we can receive guidance and support. So I just acknowledge some of the ascended masters who I've named, as well as all the others, and know that we are also here and as divine beings, stepping into roles of influence that impact the reality on this planet in a very positive, constructive way. And also acknowledge Arcturus and Victoria and your leadership in this time. And we really, in gratitude, receive the blessings of the dispensations that are bestowed upon us in this time. And with those just extraordinary gifts, we take those light frequencies and those pockets of inspiration, they're like these jewels, these presents, these gifts that are just waiting for us to open up. And as we go into that deep space within and we receive those jewels of insight, that we know that as we receive that message, that inspiration, that it's a divine dispensation, and that we are now choosing to step into our power and to share that and to begin to really embody our God self and declare it and own it and receive it, and in a very peaceful, harmonious way, step into a positive influence and bring forth the joy within ourselves to help others so that other people can feel it's time to liberate. It's time to free up ourselves from any fear, any doubt, any concern, and let's reconnect to that Christ child that is here to really experience the joy that life offers and that's available to us. So with that closing prayer, I'm just grateful to be here, and I will honor my brother Dennis for the space that he's created for us. Amen.
Amen. Aho. Well, life on earth is a wonderful, exciting journey full of amazing twists and turns. And as we make our right decisions, and as we are guided by the Spirit, let us all connect into one place every once in a while and share our journey together. Thank you, everyone on the broadcast. Thank you, oh divine masters and angels. Thank you, friends of light. All those who are here. Beloved Patricia Murphy, I saw you. Thank you for coming. God bless you, everyone. We'll be broadcasting again tomorrow, 7:30. Tune in if you can. Good night.
us.